Marty and I have been doing a lot of traveling and a lot of long haul flights from Australia. So that means that we have been sitting for long periods of time, which is not great on our bodies. So whether you've been on a long flight or whether you've just been sitting at a desk, this routine is going to help move things, get your circulation going, open up specifically through your spine and your hips and the back of your legs, which definitely need a bit more love when you've been traveling. All right, let's get into it. So first, we're just going to get a little bit of blood flow into our limbs, which is really important, especially if we have been doing lots of flying. So I want you to stand with your feet hip width apart. I'm on some old French creaky floorboards, so you might be able to hear them squeak, but you're just going to be bouncing, and I want you to shake your arms. Get as much kind of movement going, little bounces here. And we're going to just keep going for a period of time. So just breathing, shaking, bouncing. This is going to be a nice energy reset, especially if you're a little bit jet lagged. So just take some nice deep breaths as you shake the arms. You can even get a little bit kind of silly movement, free it up, because we've been probably not too free in the last 24 hours. So it's about time we get all that stagnant energy moving through the body. So let's go for 10 more seconds. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, we're going to open up our chest. So we're going to open our arms and then slap them kind of around the back here. And you can do each side, one above, one below. Open chest. We want to have a nice arms up, feeling that openness through the front of the body, through the front of the arms. Good. Switching each side. Reversing some of that sitting posture. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Come down. You might need a little ledge nearby for balance here. Spread your toes. Make sure your big toes pointing forward. And now we're going to rise up onto our tippy toes. So push through that big toe. Straight up and down. Try not to lean forward. Try and engage the back of the legs and the glutes. Straight up and down for 10, 9, 8. Getting our ankles pumping, getting some blood flow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to kick next. So you're going to step onto your left leg and just reach for the opposite toe. So nice big kicks forward. If you don't reach, that's okay. You can just reach towards. Otherwise, trying to get a little bit of length in the back of the legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, still standing, feet hip width apart, hands onto your shoulders this time, and just getting a little bit of a twist happening in our spine. So you can let the hips move if you like, you can let the head move, or you can get more work happening through the middle of the spine by keeping the hips forward. So let's get that movement happening through our middle back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Okay, from here we're going to have one right foot is pointing forward and our left foot is back with the heel down. So that one's on an angle. You want your pelvis square forward, lunge into that front leg. So we already have a nice opening through your hips. Now with the arms, we're going to open our chest, reach the hands back, and then round, tuck under. Open and round. Open and round. 2 more. Open and round, tuck under. Open the chest and round. So good. Stay with those legs. lunge into that front leg. You might want to make a bit more distance between the front and the back leg. Reach the hands up. You can even hold onto your elbows. Look up, reach up. Might feel nice, interlace the hands and pull open here for a nice extra stretch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Come into that lunge. So back heel is down. I square off my hips, bend the front leg. And now we open, extend, round. Open, round. Get it all moving. Open, round the chest. Open the chest. Round the chest. 2 more. Open, look up. Look down, tuck the chin. Last one. So good. Reaching up this time. You can go for that back bend. You can hold onto your elbows. Interlace the hands, whichever feels good. Bend into that front leg. Get that hip stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. So good. Feet hip width apart now. Toes pointing forward. We're going to reach up to the sky and then down towards the ground. And you can bend the knees. You don't have to have straight legs. Just getting the back moving. Reach up, look up behind you, and then down. And again, reach up and down. Nice work. Reach up and down. Hopefully you've drunk a lot of water as well. That's always going to help our muscles. I like to kind of find some coconut water when I land as quick as I can to help rehydrate, get those electrolytes in. Let's go for 3 more. For 3. Spread those toes. 2. And down. Last one, we'll stay at the bottom. 1. And down. And this time you can just bend the knees, let the head go, let it really drop. You might like to hold onto your elbows with those bent knees and then take some deep breaths here. Last one. And then bring the hands a little way forward. If you can't get into a deep squat, that's fine. Just sit onto your heels with the heels elevated and just have a little roll around left to right here. I like to roll to one side or twist to one side and really open that knee and then go to the other side. For 3, 2, 1. Find somewhere in the middle. You can have the heels down if you can. You can even roll up a towel and put them underneath the heel. Let everything run forward. Take a breath. And then come onto all fours. So bring the hands underneath you and the knees underneath your hips. All right, let's round into some cat-cows. Now you can go any way you want with these cat-cows, depending on how your back feels. You can just move intuitively. You might like to do some like circles with your chest. You might like to do some little side bends, so looking over one shoulder or the other. You might like to do some shoulder rolls. So I just want you to, just for a minute, move intuitively through your spine here. And then when you're ready, bring the hands a little way forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Let's pedal out these heels to give your calves a good stretch. So 1 up, 1 down. You might feel helpful to press into the opposite hand and heel. Just a few here. Now you can keep going with this one. You might also like in your down dog to reach one leg up to the sky and then come through, change sides. Just to start opening up those hips. So you just move however feels good. This is your check-in. You've been sitting for a while. Everyone's body reacts differently. So you move, open up, free up what feels good. Come back onto all fours when you're ready. And then bring the hands a little way forward. Sink the hips, support your lower back. Come into an easy up dog. You can look over one shoulder or the other. And then lower yourself down, hands a little wider, roll the shoulders back and lift. Chest forward. Coming down, shoulders away from your ears, roll those shoulders down, beam the chest forward, open, and control your way down. And again, pull the shoulders down and back, beam the chest forward, support your lower back, Awesome. Last one here. Reach, open. And then shoot the hips back. Bring your hands together at the front, all the way forward. Drop your chest and come into like a puppy pose. So you send your tailbone to the sky. As you drop your chest, you can even look towards your fingertips. As you drop the shoulders, you might like to kind of shift left to right when you're here. I even like to bring my ear down on one side for a little twist. Come up and over, ear over the shoulder, down on the other side. So move in your puppy pose, however feels good. Maybe it's just breathing. And then when you're ready, coming up, we're going to move into our hip stretch. So for your hips, we're going to find something to hold on to. Bring one foot forward. You're really going to tuck under in your tailbone to lift through here. The hand that's the same as this front leg is going to go on the inside, and this hand is going to go into a side bend as I tuck under and lunge, side bend, and then come up. And again, tuck under, lunge, and up. Let's do 2 more like that. Tuck under, lunge. Last one we'll hold, tuck under, lunge. Take a few extra breaths. You might even want to put your hand here and just expand. Lift through that hip for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, switch sides. Knee down, other leg forward. I really tuck under with the tailbone, lunge forward. Now this left hand is in the middle, inside of my thigh. As I lunge forward, I side bend to the left and then come up. Hips square, side bend and stretch. And up, a couple more. And again. This last one, let's hold it, tuck under and stretch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Come back to all fours. This time, right leg out. You can heel toe it as wide as you need to. And then just from here, tuck the back toe, and we'll do a little bit of inner thigh opening. You're just going to rock forward and back. Hips back towards your heel. Good. For 4, you should get a nice stretch through this inner thigh. 3, 2, and 1. You can hold. Awesome. You might like to come up from here. Bend that right leg and come up this way. And now you can lunge, knee over the toe into that hip and come up. You might like to add in a side bend again as you come over, or just focus on the inner thigh. Maybe hold the last one. And then come up, we'll switch. So other knee down, other leg out to the side. Maybe make some distance between the two. Forward and back. 2, 3, opening through the groin. 4, hold this last one. Awesome work. And then coming up, bend that knee, and you can lunge the knee over the toe, get a little bit more in a thigh stretch. You might like to add in a side bend for 3, 2, and 1. So good. All right, let's come down. We're going to move on to our backs. Now, you are going to need a wall handy for these last 2 exercises. I'm going to make this work, but a plain wall is going to be better. So the first one is okay, not for a wall. We're going to cross one foot to the opposite knee. We're going to open the knee out. And then from here, first you might like to just actively pull the lower figure 4 that you've made towards you. So we're actively stretching out these glutes, opening the hip, softening through the back, and you can take a few deep breaths here. You might like to interlace your hands if you want to make it a bit more passive and pull towards you to stretch through your glute. For 3, 2, and 1. So nice. Now that leg that's crossed over, you can bring up to the sky and just hold to the back of the thigh. Go for some nice big ankle circles one way. And then when you're ready, circle the other way, getting into all the corners, ankles mobilizing. And then hug that knee in. We're going to take it for a twist. So come onto the side of the hip, take the knee across, big opening through the lower back and chest. Take some deep breaths in your twist. So we're now getting a nice lower back twist. We're also, again, opening through our chest, getting a little bit of a glute stretch on the top. For 3, 2, and 1. Come through. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So I reset, figure 4, knee open, whole lower body comes up. I'm opening the knee. I'm actively getting a glute stretch in my left hip here. Opening, pulling in. If you prefer, you can always do this, but it is really good to really get this active stretch here. 3, 2, and 1. Come down, straighten that right leg, left leg to the sky. Moving through some nice big ankle circles here. Getting into all the corners. And then when you're ready, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knee in. Take it across. So I stay in my line, take the hip over, and I go into a nice big twist. Opposite hand on the top of the knee, just gently weighing it down. I'm not forcing or pushing, just encouraging. And then I get more of a stretch by simply deepening my breath. Every exhale, softening a little more. I even sometimes massage just like the outside of my leg. Always feels good. And then this final stretch, I'm going to show you and leave you here. I suggest you even do this a few nights, like once a day after a long haul flight. You're going to bring your bottom as close as you can to your wall. It'd be much easier if your wall is straight. And then you're going to bring your legs up the wall here. And you want them hip width apart. Now you can stay here as long as it feels comfortable. You might want to start with just 2 minutes. You might want to move to 5 minutes, would be really restorative. It's going to help with your lymphatics, with your blood flow circulation. It's also going to just help lengthen the back body, help lengthen the legs, give everything a nice reset. Okay, so stay in this position. I'm going to leave you here. I hope this routine is really nourishing and restorative. Apart from movement, make sure that you stay hydrated is really important. And yeah, take some good care of yourself, because doing a long haul flight is no joke on the body. So it's really important that we give ourselves some extra self-care. I would love how this felt for you in the comments below. If you enjoy our content, you want us to make more videos, we really appreciate your interaction. All right, team, see you soon.